I was sold to a man in the village. The day my father accepted the money, he couldn't even look me in the eyes. I stood frozen behind the old wooden door as a small cloth bag filled with coins changed hands. "Take care of her," my father whispered. That was all. No goodbye, no explanation, only silence. The stranger waiting outside looked no older than 30. He wore a simple white shirt, dark trousers, and had calm, unreadable eyes. "Let's go," he said gently. As the cart rolled away from my home, I made myself a promise. I would never forgive the man who had bought me. The journey to the village was long and quiet. Endless wheat fields stretched beneath the golden evening sky. But I couldn't admire them. My heart was too heavy. When we finally arrived, I was surprised. Instead of a grand mansion, there was a cozy farmhouse surrounded by flowers and fruit trees. An elderly woman hurried outside. "My son, you're home." She smiled warmly at me. "You must be Aisha. Come inside, dear." I was confused. Why was everyone treating me like family? That night, I locked my bedroom door, terrified of what might happen. Nothing happened. The next morning, breakfast was waiting outside my room with a small note. "Eat while it's warm." No one forced me to do anything. No one shouted. No one even entered my room without knocking. Days turned into weeks. The stranger's name was Armin. Every morning before sunrise, he worked in the fields. Every afternoon, he helped neighbors repair fences, carry heavy loads, or fix broken roofs. Every evening, he asked me the same question: "Did you have a good day?" Every evening, I ignored him, yet he never stopped asking. One rainy afternoon, I slipped while carrying a bucket of water. Pain shot through my ankle. Before I could stand, Armin was beside me. "You've twisted it." "I'm fine. You don't have to pretend." He carefully lifted me and carried me inside. As he wrapped my ankle with a bandage, I finally asked, "Why are you being kind to me?" He smiled softly. "Because kindness doesn't need a reason." Those words stayed with me. Curiosity slowly replaced my anger. One morning, I secretly followed him into the village. I expected to discover the cruel man I had imagined. Instead, I watched him buy medicine for an elderly man who couldn't afford it. I watched him repair a widow's roof without accepting payment. Children ran toward him laughing. "Brother Armin." Everyone greeted him with respect. No one feared him. For the first time, I wondered if I had judged him too quickly. That evening, while unpacking my belongings, I found a letter hidden inside my suitcase. It was from my father. "My beloved daughter, if you are reading this, you probably believe I sold you. Forgive me. The money you saw wasn't payment for you." Armin used his savings to pay every debt our family owed. The landlord threatened to take our home. He never asked for anything in return except that you stay with his family until you decide your own future. He promised you would never be forced into marriage. Please don't hate him because of my silence. Tears filled my eyes. He hadn't bought me. He had saved my family. The next morning, I found Armin repairing the fence. I read my father's letter. He nodded. "I thought you would. You should have told me. You wouldn't have believed me." He was right. I wouldn't have. "I'm sorry," I whispered. He smiled. "You don't owe me an apology." That morning, we shared breakfast together for the first time. As the weeks passed, conversations became easier. We walked through fields of yellow flowers while he told me about his dream of building a library for village children. "Books let people travel without leaving home," he said. I laughed. "So that's why you're always thinking. And what do you think about?" He smiled. "Mostly about making this village a little better." For the first time since arriving, I smiled without forcing it. Spring soon arrived, bringing the annual village fair. Colorful lanterns lit every street. Music echoed through the air. When I stopped to admire a set of blue glass bangles, Armin quietly bought them. "I can't accept these. They reminded me of your eyes." I felt my cheeks grow warm. But happiness didn't last. A wealthy landowner named Samir arrived in the village. Years earlier, he had wanted to marry me. When he saw me with Armin, he spread cruel rumors. She was sold to him. The whispers spread everywhere. Ashamed, I stopped leaving the house. One evening, I overheard Armin speaking before the village elders. "No woman belongs to anyone," he said firmly. "Aisha deserves respect like everyone else." Hearing someone defend me without expecting anything in return changed something inside me. That night, beneath the old banyan tree, I thanked him. "You've done too much for me." He looked at me with gentle eyes. I only did what was right. Without thinking, I reached for his hand. He held it carefully, as though afraid I'd pull away. I didn't. Months passed. The farmhouse no longer felt strange. It felt like home. Then one morning, a letter arrived from my father. Our debts were finally gone. He wanted me to return. I packed my bags while Armin quietly helped load the cart. He smiled the whole time, but I noticed the sadness hidden behind it. Before climbing aboard, I asked, "If I leave, will you miss me?" He looked away. Every day, my heart raced. "And if I stayed?" He met my eyes. "I would spend every day making sure you never regret that choice." Tears filled my eyes. "I don't want to leave." He froze. "What?" I came here believing I had lost everything. I smiled through my tears, but instead, I found someone who showed me what kindness truly means. "I love you, Armin." For a long moment, he couldn't speak. Finally, he whispered, "I've loved you from the very beginning." "Then why didn't you tell me?" "Because love isn't about keeping someone." He smiled. "It's about giving them the freedom to choose." A month later, beneath strings of glowing lanterns, we were married in the same village where I had once arrived in fear. My father embraced Armin. "I can never repay you." Armin shook his head. "You already have." He looked at me. "She chose this life herself." As I stood beside him, I remembered the frightened girl who believed she had been sold. She had arrived with fear. She stayed because of kindness. And she fell in love because one man proved that real love is never about ownership. It is about patience, respect, and waiting for someone to choose you willingly, where your heart truly belongs. The end.